right underneath those shoulders. I just want you to check in with your body, with your spine, and just take a couple of deep breaths here. So breathe in through your nose. Feel your spine lengthening and find a nice exhale. Do that one more time. You're not doing a cat-cow just yet. You're just taking that nice breath. Like inhale through the nose, breathing in that good air, and exhale, flushing it out. Now let's start with that mobility of your spine. So there's a gentle push through your palms, pressing the mat away. Start to round that spine, lengthening the torso, hanging the tailbone and the head. Give that neck a little shake when you get up there so it's a nice rounded spine. And then we'll go ahead and drop our bellies. A slight arch in your back and lift your chest, lift your chin looking forward. And I just want you to flow through a few more of those at your own pace. So you're inhaling to round up, getting a lot of space in that upper back, and then lengthening to come on down. And maybe do one or two more at your own pace there. And then I will love to do a little bit of mobility work here. So finish your last one. And then we're going to go ahead and take one arm lifted up all the way. I want you to reach as high as you can to the ceiling. Feel the chest open. And then we are going to reach the fingertips through and underneath the opposite arm. So you're going to find that inhale to reach up and then exhale to go down. I want you to do two more on that side. Yep. Keep breathing. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to come down. And do one more here. And just hold this one if you can. Sitting the hips back. And then we'll change sides. Same thing on the other side. So this is for your T-spine, your thoracic spine, your upper back. A spot where we probably don't get as much mobility as the body needs there. And it gets quite stiff from us working all day, sitting in the same position. So reaching the fingertips underneath and through. Good. Alrighty. Finish your last one. And then I'll have you just hold it there. Let your head relax. Let your neck relax. And come back to center. Alright, so finding that nice long spine. You're back in that all fours positioning. I want you to tuck your toes. Spread your fingertips wide. Open up your chest. Reach your head long forward, feeling the elongation through your spine. Without physically moving anything, lift the front rib cage up into the back. Now that gentle push away from the mat starts to enable you to hover those knees into a 1-inch hover. And just focus on your breath. You're not putting the weight in your hands, rather, you're pushing away to hold yourself nice and long, nice and stable. Breathing for 4. And for 3. And for 2. Let's drop those knees down and sit back into a quick rest position. We're going to do that movement one more time, but we will add on to it. So opening up the chest, coming right back. So this is just building some endurance, just checking in with our body. Spread the fingertips, tuck the toes. Lift the front ribs into the back. Reach the crown of the head. Lift the knees. Pause and hold. Instead of focusing on the strength of the core, feel the armpits pulling in. Feel the length of that spine. Focus on the inhale. Breathing in new air. Flushing all of the old air that you don't need today out. Holding this for 4. And for 3. And for 2. And come down with control. Sit back into your rest pose. hanging that head. And then we'll turn it around. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice and tall through the spine. Shoulders are over those hips. Ears are over the shoulders. Let's take those arms. Reach them up to the ceiling. Don't arch your back. So notice if when the arms went up, your back started to arch, please don't do that. I want you to go ahead and take one arm, circle it, look back behind you, open up into a nice T shape, and then lift back up to the ceiling. Same thing other side. So yes, we are mobilizing that shoulder. We are rinsing that shoulder out. But we are also getting a beautiful rotation for that spine. We are opening the chest just for 4, just for 3, just for 2. One more big one here. And I want you to take both arms down about shoulder distance. So you're reaching the arms in front of you. The shoulders are drawing down and back. Start to round back halfway. I just want you to hold here. Feel a lot of width across your collarbones. Lift your palms up to the ceiling. Reach your fingertips forward as you pull your front rib cage away from your thighs. We're going to start to talk to those hip flexors. We're going to lift one knee up and then the other. Really gentle, lifting one leg and then the other. I want you to use a nice inhale breath. And it's okay if your hip flexors are tight. They probably are. It's just feedback for your body, so don't freak out too much. We really want to get that leg to move in that hip socket, to mobilize that joint. Just for 4, just for 3, keep the chest open. For 2, one more big one here. Both feet are down on the floor. I want you to roll all the way down through your spine. Head, neck, and shoulders hit the mat. Lift the arms up to the ceiling. Then curl up into an abdominal curl. Look towards your knees, your thighs. Use the strength of your belly to lift yourself up. Reach fingertips to the ceiling, and we'll round right back down. I want you to articulate the vertebrae. Crouch into the chest. Look to your knees first. Use the strength of your core to guide you up. Feel your spine lengthen to come down. Reaching the fingertips forward as you roll the tailbone, the mid-back, the upper back. We are going to add on to this, thinking of that work we just did, waking up those hip flexors. On your next one, I want you to give it a try with me. As you roll up through that spine, pick one leg, any leg today. Lift that knee to the chest. Pause and hold. Start to lengthen everything back down. Changing sides. It's an inhale breath. Exhale, curl to lift, knee to chest. Rounding down through the spine. The middle back, the shoulder blades, then the head. Let's repeat that. Chest is open. And again, curling to lift up. Try it a little bit faster if you can. Find your inhale. Exhale, lift. Lengthen to come down. Find your inhale. Exhale, lift. Lengthen to come down. I want you to be mindful when those arms reach up back towards the ears right here when you go down. Make sure you're not popping that rib cage, flaring the ribs to come up. You want to maintain that deep connection. Let's just do one more each side here. Find your inhale. Exhale to lift it up. Lengthening down. Final one here. And we'll come all the way down. Take your hands behind head, neck, and shoulders. I want you to just reach around and find that little ridge in the back of your neck. Plant your feet down strongly through the mat. Find an inhale breath. Exhale, just curl up from the rib cage and hold. Eye gaze is looking forward to those knees. Let your head rest a little bit heavier in your hands. Take your elbows in your peripheral vision. From here, find an inhale breath. Exhale, see if you can curl just a little higher and come down halfway. So from here, you're maintaining tension. You're not releasing the shoulder blades all the way down, but neither are you pulling that neck to try to get so high. You are lifting from the ribs and lengthening the back spine to come down just for 4. Going again for 3. Head is resting heavy for 2. Eye gazes forward to the knees. Hold it here. Go ahead and extend that right leg straight out. Thighs are parallel. Holding a lot of length through the right toes, finding a breath. Let's pull the right knee into the chest and press it away. Pulling that right knee in and pressing it away. 4 more. Press it away. For 3, if you ever need to put your head down at any time, that's okay. For 2. All right, one more big one. I have a little challenge for us. Keep that right leg reaching out. See if you can curl up a little higher. Now, without the left side moving, just the right leg in that hip socket. Reach that right leg out to the right corner of the mat, and then squeeze the inner thigh to come in. So inhale to reach it out. Exhale to squeeze it to come in. So the right leg is now moving laterally, side to side. Inhaling to reach out. Exhaling to come in. Almost like a pendulum, swinging, reaching the toes long. Squeezing the inner thigh connection for 4. We have 3. Nothing else is moving but that right leg for 2. One more big one. Hold it there. Bend at the knee. Put the foot down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lengthen head, neck, shoulders. Find your breath. We go right back up. You know exactly where we're going, team. You know exactly where you're going. Find your breath. Lift and curl. Elbows go wide, and then you take them into your peripheral vision. You curl up and down halfway. Not pulling on the neck to curl. Lifting from the waist. Curling from the ribs. Eye gaze just to the horizon over those knees. For 4. And 3. Final 2. Let's hold this one up here. You start to reach the left toe so long the leg reaches out. Just pulling that left knee into the chest and pressing away. Start to recruit the muscles in the legs. Pulling in, press the hamstring away. Use an inhale. Use a stronger exhale to get out of it for 4. Press it away. Can you reach the leg a little bit longer each time for 3? Upper body stays stable for 2. Now hold it there. Using that right heel, push that right foot into the floor so the right knee doesn't sway side to side. Just that left leg opens out about an inch or 2, then squeeze the inner thigh to come in. Oh baby, it is Friday. Using your inhale. Focusing less on how wide you open that leg, but more of your focus is on controlling it without anything else in the body moving. Just for 4, squeeze it to come in. For 3, deep exhale breath. 2 more big ones. Last one, we've got this today. Oh, put that foot down with control. Head, neck, shoulders release. Hands come by your sides. Walk your feet in slightly towards the base of your glutes and lift your hips up into a gentle bridge. Sending the knees long in front of you. Anchoring, finding stability now. Pushing those heels down, but feeling a beautiful stretch through the front waist and ribs. Those hip flexors get a chance to open. The collarbones widen, the shoulders relax. Just hold it here for 5. Hold it for 4. For 3. For 2. And then lengthen down through that spine. We're going to go right back up into your bridge, flowing a little now, using an inhale breath. Exhaling, starting to peel the hips. Lift, pause, and hold at the top. And then lengthening that tailbone down. So we're focusing on some spinal articulation here. We are controlling the up. We are controlling the way down. We are not just thrusting. We are not just pushing everything up and down. Instead, we're feeling our spine help engage us, lengthening to lift and lower, and then recruiting the strong muscles of our glutes, supporting with our back. Last one. Let's hold this one up at the top. Fingertips are down by your sides. Shoulders are away from your ears. Let's take the right leg. I want you to lift it up and then plant the right foot back down, changing sides. The left knee comes up and then the left foot comes down. So I want you to find a transfer of weight. You press down through that right heel to lift the left knee, and then you press down through the left heel to lift the right knee. We're going to do 4 more here. Try not to change the height of the hips. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Last one here. I want you to go ahead and hold that right leg up. Add some energy. Yes, you've got to work a little harder on this one. Pushing the hips up. Pushing the left heel down. Reach the fingertips to the ceiling. Now, just the left hand and the right leg. You're going to push the right leg out as the left arm reaches by the ear, and then you pull. Hand over shoulder, knee over hip. So you press away, and then you pull in. So now we are working to stabilize. Yes, there is so much work happening in that left glute to hold us where we are. We are breathing. Just for 4, pull everything in. Just for 3, try not to let that left hip drop. For 2, one more big one here. With control, put the right foot on the floor, don't drop the hips. Shifting our weight over to that right heel. Feeling the weight now transfer as that left leg lifts. We are going to take the right arm and the left leg, reach it away from the body, and then come in. You are pushing that right heel into the floor, keeping that right hip lifted and stable. So strong. Just for 4, pull it in. Reach away. Pull it in. 2 more big ones. Last one here. Put the left foot down. Put the palms down by the side. Lengthen your spine all the way down. Give yourself a little knee hug, knees to chest. Massage that back. Reaching the arms out to the side. Let your knees fall to one direction for a spinal twist. Opening up. Find one more breath. Lift up through the center, and you'll go right to the other side. All right, let's flip over to one side. I don't care what side, because we are going to do both sides. Wonderful. Yep, we're going to do both sides. So we're going to start to work those obliques, and I want you to lie down in a long line. Lying down in a long line. Resting your ear on your bicep, reaching the toes out of the hips, and then take your toes just a little bit and take them slightly towards the front corner of the mat. So this is not a full 45-degree angle. And I'd rather you reach the top hip forward towards me instead of rotate it back. So you don't want those hips to kind of rock and roll. Reaching the top hip forward, and I'm going to start to use that top arm as a little bit of an anchor now, pushing away. Inner thighs, locking ourselves together at the knees. I want you to point the toes, reach them, start to lift the legs away, and then let them come down. So we don't care about how high the legs lift. We are reaching the legs as an extension out of that hip, reaching through the thighs, squeezing them together. Let's do 4 more. Reach and lengthen. And then because of everything that we're doing, we're able to activate those obliques. We've got it. Hold it up there. Let's take that top arm. If you can, rest it on your hip. Rest it on your hip. Now, feel how you have to use the bottom armpit. Press down. Press the palm. Press the fingertips. Start to slide that top arm down your thighs, lifting your head, reaching your toes, and come down halfway. So you reach, lift, and hold, and then you come down. Instead of yanking your neck, I want you to push that bottom hand through the floor and then lengthen to come down. 4 more big ones. Pushing that bottom arm down. And just sliding that top arm down your legs for 3. Can you keep your spine, your neck nice and long for 2? 1 more big one. I want you to hold it up there. Maybe take the top arm to the ceiling. Dropping the top shoulder, reach the neck a little bit longer, and then just kick those legs for 20, 19, 18. Just the legs, not the hips. Keep reaching the hips forward towards me. Keep reaching the toes longer away, the head longer in the other direction. We'll call this 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Lengthen to come down. Okay, bring yourself up to sitting. Take a nice side body stretch. A nice side body stretch. So you're feeling that top side oblique now. We're going to go into a quick side plank, okay? So staying on this side, elbow underneath the shoulder blade. Bringing the knees in front of you, the heels are in line with your seat. Again, here's that same engagement of the back muscles, not sinking into our shoulder, instead lifting up and away. Lifting the hips up, reaching the head long, and again, send the hips closer towards me, using the strength of those glutes. We've got it. Taking the top arm, reaching it by the air. Taking the top leg, reaching it long, and then I want you to pull the knee in and reach it away 10 times. Without letting the bottom hip sink. We've got 8. Just the top arm and leg are moving. We've got it. Just 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Hold it there. Hold it there. Reach the leg longer. Lift the hips higher. 3, 2. Everything comes down. Let's switch sides. We're going to switch sides right here. So we started laying down. Now, that bottom side that is now able to stabilize us, you have to remember. You have to remember that was our working side before. So it's already alive. It's already awake. Go ahead and rest your hand on your bicep. Top fingertips start as a point of support. Lock the inner thighs as a key, locking our knees together. Reach your legs so long they start to lift, and then lengthen to come down. Not letting the hips rock and roll. Use the inner thighs. And don't just think of lifting it up. Lift it up and hold it. Then control pulling the legs down to the mat. Just for 5. Just for 4. So good. 3 more. Final 2. Last one, we hold the legs up there. Hold the legs, squeeze the thighs even tighter. Melting the shoulders, taking the top arm if it's available. Resting it on the top thigh. Start to reach the fingertips down towards the heels. The legs lift a little higher, and then everything comes down. We don't want to stress that top shoulder. So I want you to think of reaching your head towards the top of the mat as the fingertips reach down towards those toes. Just for 6, keep the chest open. Just for 5, Head reaching long. We have 4, 3. Keep those thighs connected as best you can for 2. Last one, we hold it up there. Relax the top shoulder. Lift the legs a little higher, reach them a little longer, lift the arm up, drop the shoulders, start to kick. Start to kick those feet. 15, 14, 13, 12, longer legs. You've got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Hold it there. Lengthen to come down. Sit yourself right up. Take a counter side bend. Reaching up out of that hip. Alrighty, let's come down on that forearm now. We know that the knees are bent, so we've got 2 things working. Our bottom oblique is stabilizing us. Our top oblique is doing the mobility work. Push the forearm away, reach the neck. Squeeze the thighs, press the knees forward. Heels are by the hips, lifting the hips up, then tucking the tailbone slightly. Lift the top arm, reach it by your ear. Pull the shoulder back, lift the top leg. Let's pull it in for 10, 9, 8, 7, reach, pull 6, open, 5, 4 more. Little bit of hip working, 2, 1 more big one. Hold it out there. Hip comes higher, reach the fingertips longer. Melt the shoulder, reach the toe. Lift the hips for 3, 2, and come on down. Stretch.